Hello everyone, and today I'm going to be doing a score review for Assassin's Creed. Now, if you give me a second, I will get the game started in the background so you have something to watch while I go over the score review. Now, this game was developed by Ubisoft Montreal, and it was published by Ubisoft. Now, I'll be scoring this game in five categories, starting with story. Now, this game has a great story, but the issue is it's broken up into small bits and pieces that you only get when you report into bureaus and or are performing to the assassinations contracts. So outside of that, this story is really good for what you get. Now, for the graphics, for the time this game came out, the graphics were fair. I wouldn't say they were the best, but they were pretty good. Um, as far as what I've seen in the game, there are some graphical glitches both in the 360 version and the upscaled version of the series consoles and the one. I can't speak on the other versions of the game, but that's what I noticed in it. Now, um, for music and sound effects, this is one of my highlights of the game. The sound effects for moving around or like combat, climbing, ambient sounds from caves and stuff all sound really good in this game. And the music that plays while you're doing things like being in combat, when you're trying to be stealthy, or when you're in the towns themselves, each one has unique music going on in the background, which very well fit in with the ambiance of the scenario, situation, or area you were in. So all in all, the music and sound effects are great. The gameplay and controls. Now, the gameplay is pretty simplistic, but it's drugged down by the repetitive nature of it. Um, you have the story missions that you have to do small things like help informers or eavesdrop or pickpocket, and you have to do so many of them before the next main story mission pops up. So it arbitrarily holds you back from experiencing the story. But each of those only take like a few minutes to do, so it's not like it puts you out too much. Now, the controls, um, they're actually really good when it comes to climbing or fighting. The issue is with fighting sometimes the locking or the combat or not combat attacks and combat related stuff or climbing related stuff might not work the way you want them to. There was one time, well, actually a couple of times that I've played that when I tried to climb a viewpoint, I would jump off to my death, even though I was clearly pointing up the climb. He instead took it for like jumping backwards off. Now, the achievements. The achievements in this game are fair, but this game has a lot of collectibles. So if you're going for 100%, is a time sink, and if you're not a collectible finding person or someone who goes for 100% achievements, then I would have to say that this would be bad for you. So, on average, I score video games and DLCs 5 out of 10 for average instead of the industry standard of 7 or 8. And this game, I give a 7. It does have a great story, although you have to do arbitrary stuff to uncover it. The the graphics were good for their time. The gameplay mechanics and controls were overall pretty good, and the music and sound effects were stellar. The achievements, while not great, were good and fair. So 7 out of 10, and I'll see you guys in the next scored review.